You think you're helping them, you think you're saving them, but in actual fact, you're making excuses for them. You're covering for their awful behavior of you. You're insisting on giving them one more chance. And the reality is, they're destroying you. You're destroying yourself. And you're teaching them that there's no consequences for their actions. In this video, I'm begging you and pleading with you to stop enabling people and to show them consequences the right and effective way. And if you're stuck in this cycle and you need help breaking free and getting your power back, let me help you. Book a free discovery call with me. The link's in the description and pinned comment below. I'm going to focus primarily now on difficult, toxic, entitled people here and how we enable them as well. We enable because of a very difficult fundamental truth. The truth here that we don't want to admit we've made a mistake. When we met on the first date, when we started to grow old enough to recognize the truth of family, friends, whatever, something changed within us. An internal rewiring, a dialogue that happened. And it goes like this. Oh my God, they're not who I thought they were. Oh dear, they're evil, they're nasty, they're toxic. Oh my God, I've made a huge mistake here. And 9 times out of 10, what we do is we suppress that feeling, that opinion, and we instead try to ignore it, and we go down the enabling route. And there's no greater example for me than having a toxic relationship. So I had a toxic relationship a few years back, and it ticked all the boxes of the red flags, the problems, and so on. They were narcissistic, entitled, selfish, rude, humiliating, etc. But here's the kicker. I was the enabler. I enabled the relationship. I stayed in the relationship. I enabled the behavior. And it had to take me walking away, cutting ties, and doing the work on myself to realize and recognize those mistakes. Now, these people aren't just romantic partners. They can be in our families. They can be siblings. They can be friends, colleagues, whatever. And they all have the same dialogue internally. They all look at us empaths, us caring people, us people who are positive, optimistic, those who do the work on themselves, heal and recover. And they say to themselves, I've got them wrapped around my little finger. I can get away with murder. No matter what I say or do, they're going to put up with my crap. Well, not today. Not anymore. I'm not telling you, please do this. I am begging you to stop enabling these people. Because that's what they're saying. I've got you wrapped around my little finger. I can get away with literal murder. There are no consequences. Now, a very important point to make here is, do people change? And the answer to that question is yes, but it's also a conundrum on this topic. So, how do people change? Well, read a biography. Watch a biopic of a real story, real person. And you'll see a person change, either from good to worse, or good to better, or overcoming adversity, overcoming great odds, etc. The saddest realization is also when we personally overcome great odds, change ourselves, and insist and believe others will do the same. So over the course of 10 years, for me, I gave up smoking. I gave up gambling and addiction to gambling. I changed my personality. I tried to be more mature. I tried to educate myself. I overcome unbelievable odds. And naively and stupidly thought other people could do the same. When you're in a relationship with the wrong person, especially a toxic person, that's when things get very confusing. The internal dialogue for me was exactly like this. Well, hang on a second. I gave up an addiction. Hang on a second. I did the work. I overcame the odds. I've changed and grown. Well, surely they can do the same. Do you know what? I'll be their teacher. I'll be their guiding light. I'll show them the way. And then arrogantly, we might say to ourselves, well, they need me. I'll be their spiritual leader. I'll be their motivational coach. I'll be the one to push their ass into gear. But you cannot save a deadbeat. You cannot save a narcissist. You cannot save everyone. And that's the harsh, brutal truth. Just recently, through coaching, I experienced that as well. Someone who didn't want to show up. Someone who didn't want to do the work. Someone who just couldn't be bothered, despite insisting they wanted it. So you can even say all the right things. You can show up and do the work. They can promise the world. When it comes to actually showing up and easing into the discomfort, not many people are going to do it. This is what differentiates you from the others. I bet you overcame adversity. I bet you've been just like me. I bet you've undergone such incredible work. And yet, naively, foolishly, stupidly, you assumed others were just like you. You're not elitist, you're not better than them. You're just different. And the sad reality here as well is we fall in love with potential. So when we have that realization that a person is toxic, a waste of space, lazy, not who we thought they were, we take our rose-tinted glasses off and see them for what they truly are. Not a person, but a project. I'll get them to lose weight. I'll get them to be kinder. I'll get them to treat me better. I can mold them into whatever I want. But the sad reality again is these people don't want to be changed, especially a narcissist and a toxic person. Why? It's very simple. When they look in the mirror, they think they're amazing. They think they're incredible. They think they're above you. They're elitist and entitled. They don't want anything to do with you. They will never even take an ounce of your advice. Because why change what's already perfect, they say. And then you go and waste your precious years of your life, time, energy, money, etc., working on a fool. I did it. I insisted she learns to drive. Was like trying to... I can't even begin to describe how excruciatingly annoying and frustrating that was. And it never happened. Tried to inspire them to eat better and be healthier. Never happened. Tried to inspire them to build a proper career. Didn't happen. Be a better person, more supportive, whatever. It's never going to happen. This isn't love from us. This is control. We're trying to change them to be someone that they're not, and we're not loving and accepting them for who they are now. So what does that say about us? Are we flogging a dead horse? Are we forcing a square peg into a round hole? Are we deluding ourselves? Absolutely. Because our ego here is playing a trick on us. We can't just put our hands up and say, look, I admitted they're a screw up. It's not worth it. They're not right for me. We don't want to go down that shame. We don't want to face the humiliation. We don't want to wave the white flag. Not in a pathetic loser way, in the sense that this is a lost cause and I can't help them. Instead, we want to waste precious years of our life, our resources, our money, our energy, our time into something that is never going to take off, into someone who's never going to improve, into a relationship, a friendship, a dynamic that is only going to get worse over time. The alternative is when you work together, and even if you get struggles, even if you get bumps along the way, you are a better person as a result of it, and so are they. And you inspire each other, and you naturally form a new rhythm, a new equilibrium, a new lifestyle together. And you blink and you think, oh my God, I've adopted these habits because of that person. That's the difference. So tasting the crap and the stupidity and the time wasting and the toxicity before, and then coming out of that and having something completely different as I do now, shows me why you need to, and I'm begging you to stop enabling these people. People only change when there are consequences, but there's no consequences here because you're going to stick around and put up with them. But even if you walk away, even if you break up with them, even if you threaten them, they're still not going to change. These people. They're too stuck in their ways. They're too deluded, naive, and stupid. You can be loving and want what's best for them and walk away. And that is the best move you can make. It's never going to change. They're never going to improve. And you need to face that harsh reality. Can I accept them right now and love them for who they are? Or can I walk away? By loving and accepting them for who they are, you are enabling them. You are enabling entitlement, toxicity, abuse, and disrespect. And you're excusing it. Nothing's going to change. Or you accept the reality. You accept the truth. You accept that they're not like people in a biography or in a biopic or whatever, or not like you. And they're stuck in their ways and they're a lost cause. And maybe after walking away, maybe after the boundaries, maybe after protecting your peace, sanity, and getting your life back on track, they might slightly improve with slightly better boundaries. But set the boundary. Let them spiral. That's their responsibility, not yours. They need to learn their own way through consequences. And why on earth would you ever want to go back into any toxic dynamic whatsoever with anyone? They're never going to get it. And if they were that bad to begin with, and you enabled them, if you carry on enabling them, what else will they do to you? If someone's never faced consequences, or they're too dumb, stupid, naive, foolish, entitled, and have their heads so far up their arse that they have no idea what they are, then they're never going to change. And if you keep enabling them, they never have to change. They'll keep saying, I've got you wrapped around my little finger. I can do whatever I want. I can get away with murder. And every single moment, day, interaction you're with these people, you destroy your being, personality, soul, life, time, money, resources, everything. Why do you think I said I'm begging you? Because it's a matter of life or death. If you're done playing the fixer, the savior, the messiah to them, let's build your boundaries together and protect your peace the right way. Book a free discovery call with me. The link's in the description and pinned comment below. And let's get this sorted once and for all. Remember, you're only teaching them one thing when you enable them. That there are absolutely zero consequences.